Yeah.
I just want to say that. Thank you.
I remember when those things came to pass.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. This is why I look at the times in which we live.
Right.
And I'm glad that I've lived to an age where all the things we dreamt about or couldn't even dream about that are coming to pass now. In the terms, all right, I'll give you an example. Video games. Each one of us have seen the progression of video games. Do you remember how it started?
No.
What did it start with? No. What? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We remember Pong.
Yes.
And
or
Pong. You remember when Pong was in color?
Oh, gosh, no.
Do you remember when Pong was in black and white?
Yes. And remember, it was the whole screen and
when it became color.
One line. No.
Upgrade.
This was the best. Is when ColecoVision came out with Zaxxon.
Yes, man.
Wow.
You had Space Meatloaf firing missiles at the space shuttle, and the only thing you could do is pull back to slow down and to move back. Then ColecoVision said, we've acquired the rights to Rocky. But not just Rocky 3, but to play, you have to get a tape to program it.
And hold on, you skipping a lot, man. First of all, you skipping Atari right there, right? So you got Atari with 8-bit Berserk. And then the good old, was it the VIC 20?
Commodore 64. Don't forget the 64. That's
right, but the VIC 20 came out before Commodore 64. The Commodore VIC 20 was first, and you had to get the games on an audio cassette and put it in there and press play, and it would play so you could play the game. Yes, Nintendo. And what did that teach us? That as a man, you can fix something by blowing into it.
Let me tell you something, man. But you know how West Indians learned how to do that? From our own parents, when you had an eyelash in your eye, hold still. They open up your eye, but they're blowing so much junk in your eye, right? God forbid your father eat my father was a master of that. My father would get, Tommy, I'm curing you. He wouldn't say, I'm fixing. I'm curing you. Holy eye. Blowing your eye. Like, oh, Daddy, please.
Stop. All right, when you edit this, all right, Dave, make sure that we have a single screen when Thomas was going in like that, because that's exactly what we saw as kids when Daddy. Hold on. Let me fix your ass, huh?
Oh no! The best video game ever. The best thing that ever happened to me, and I was in my 20s when I first saw
Olympics.
This. No. Actually, no. I was saying no. It was one called Barry. You know this. Ye are Kung Fu. Kung Fu was one guy on this side. One guy on this side. You had this little fighting stance. This guy would have a chain, and the chain would go down, whip your feet. Whip your head, whip your feet. Body. Whip your feet. No, and Kung Fu, Kung Fu, he had a master with a stick. And the only move he did was this move, eh? He didn't do nothing. Bam. He would poke you in the eye, bam. And he was just leaning back. or when Street Fighter came out. Ryu versus Chong Li. And the guy just...
I spent most of my time on Donkey Kong.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, Donkey Kong with that asshole ape that kept throwing the barrels down.
What about Millipede? What was that game with the centipede? The space centipede?
There was centipede and millipede.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh no. And the one that just turned me, that made me a junkie.
Pac-Man. No. You remember? All right. There was a game that people still talk about to this day called Dragon's Lair. You remember Dragon's Lair?
Yeah, when it first came out. The first laser automated game where you had to choose.
You were playing a character that looked like a cartoon. There was no Urky movement. He literally moved like a cartoon, and everybody went apeshit and just invested money in that game, and it would just suck back coins. That game was a killer. I used to take so much of my money, guy. So much of my money, guy.
But
look, Dave looks tired. Dave, you tired?
No. I was thinking. I was trying to think of the name, and it came to me. It was Dig Dug.
Yes.
My God. Wow. Dig Dug. What?
I remember Dig Dug. Yeah.
I spent a lot of hours with that, and the other Atari game was Pitfall.
Another one where you'd have to swing above the crocodiles. I spent a lot of time on the old Summer Games. I think was the name of Commodore 64.
Yes.
There was a game called Summer Games, and I spent a lot of time on the diving game because you'd just backflip all the way down and then stick your land. It's so stupid. And then you had to do your fingers like this, which was good practice now that we think about it. But you had to do your fingers like this to run the 100-meter dash. And then we learned that if you turned it like this, anyway, that's for another time on another podcast because this makes this. Anyway, so
that's 100-meter dash.
Yeah. You could finish stuff quickly doing anyway. So
Oh man.
No. And if you're doing that good enough, remember the snorkel.
The snorkel.
Because you're going to need it.
I thought it was the Snuffleupagus, actually.
No.
It wasn't the Snuffle. You remember Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street?
It just goes right off the
hair.
That
fictitious character that nobody ever sees, right?
Except for Big Bird.
And you're trying to find the Snuffleupagus? No? You never?
No. It
was a fictitious that nobody ever... Okay. Maybe, all right, just me then.
That would be the Snuffleupagus, I guess.
Snuffleupagus.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue, but
it's good on the tongue.
Yes,
I'm just saying.
Gotta clean the beard. A
lot of people looked at my beard and would ask me questions about my beard, and I told them this is a great way for you to save flavors.
Wrong.
It might be wrong, but it's true.
It's a perfectly placed bib.
Why do you think Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus have been together for 900 years?
And why do you think he's so
the
jolly
reindeer?
all the time?
Why do you think the reindeer are not nervous when he rides all night long? I had to go there.
That's so wrong. Okay, Dave.
Start the show.
We haven't got to any of the topics either. This is awesome.
But you know what? And I honestly think this is great because this is actually probably one of the episodes where, like, having Mark as a guest is perfect because we just go on, and this is what it's like when you get comedians together and like there's points.
This
in
is
time.
what develops comedians.
There's been shows where
you know what.
You're off stage and you're having conversations and you're kind of like, I don't want to go on stage. I'd much rather sit here and talk.
Yeah,
the green room.
Or you finish on stage and you're just talking shit in the back and you don't want to go home.
But that's what I'm saying, Mark. The green room, man. You're sitting up there and you're just talking shit. Exactly. And you're just talking shit, and you develop some of the funniest jokes. You'll actually go home and you write this stuff down, and you know what I mean. That's how you get your stuff.
Shit. Yeah. First of all, it could possibly bring up topics you've never had a conversation about. So you become aware of stuff. You'd want to go home and do research on it, or spontaneity when people are saying things and you replying to it. This kind of hangout developed comedians. Now, in terms of my development, because we didn't have this digital hangout, right? Mm-hmm. We would be in a room together. I would feed off of body language and I'd pick up on things and I developed my skill set. And that's why when this pandemic came and then we went into this, it was so hard for me to transition. But the hangout is what makes a comedian become a comedian. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's hanging out in this kind of environment with other people of like mind and being able to control the environment and, you know, who's sharing, who's going to be the straight man, who's going to be the punchline guy, when to jump in a conversation, when to hit a tag, when to hit a punchline, when to draw back on stuff that you said earlier on, right? Like Dave, start the show, right? Bringing back stuff, right? This is what develops comedians. So I've missed, if it's one thing I missed during the pandemic, it was this. Yeah. It's not necessarily, I love the stage and I love being on the stage, but the crew and hanging out with the crew, that I miss that. That's been hard to let go of. Yeah.
Some of the best time thereafter.
Yeah.
Some of the best times are after that show, like when you're all just there at the end of the night.
Before and after, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're just riffing with each other. You're bouncing off ideas off one another. And you'll go home thinking, you're laughing. Me personally, I've driven home just laughing at some of the stuff that, like, I've heard you say, Mark, Barry, or Dave. We're just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But then you go and you write it down. And like you said, you develop a couple of jokes. You work things out. Yeah. And you learn your timing. You learn how to feel. You actually learn how to feel what the crowd is feeling. Because when I first started, I didn't know how to read the crowd. But as I got into it, like maybe 2 or 3 years into it, just constantly being at the comedy clubs or constantly being with the same comedians, you learn to read a crowd. You learn to stand by the door and watch the crowd, see what how they're feeling. You get that vibe. Then when you get on stage, it's your moment. The jokes are rolling. You're having a good time. And you can people have that good.
People on the outside hear us say things about being able to read a crowd, and they can't really understand it. So I try to give them an idea of, if you're into the comic books like Barry is, right? Spider-Man and his spider sense, right? Something is happening. I need to be a little more aware. That's what a comedian feels when he's on stage. And he starts to realize, oh, this is not going as well as I hoped, or something has happened in the room, or this is going really good. I need to back off a little and not hit the punchline. So, you know what I mean? We pick up on these things, and it's all because of, evolution. And we learn to pick up on little subtle signs of body language, and, people turning their eyes because the waitress looks real good in the tight skirt, or, you know what I mean? We pick up on very subtle things that other people don't pick up on. And that's what we call reading the room. Yeah. Right? We're reading body language.
You got to be aware.
Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
No, I was going to say. Start the show. Okay. But doing it this way too, a lot of people will watch us and they'll be like, oh, this was really funny, or this was really funny, or I didn't quite understand what you guys are talking about here. And for us, it's just, we're just talking. We're just talking amongst the four of us. And, especially for this episode here, this is what we talk about at the shows and everything else, much like all our other episodes. But we're doing this for us, and we're sharing it with everybody.
Yes. This is because we don't have access to people who can help us with our mental deficiencies. So we do it amongst ourselves because we don't have insurance to be able to pay those bills. So we talk shit about ourselves.
Drugs are expensive. So, I mean, you've got to be able to do something.
Thank goodness, Canada, you can grow your own drugs now. It's so good.
So, I mean, essentially, like one of the things somebody was asking me about our show, and I'm like, we're kind of like The View with attitude. Like, we have topics and everything else, but every once in a while, we just have a conversation amongst ourselves and let everybody see what it's actually like to hang out with comics.
Yeah. And this is the reason I like this is because when it's comics together, there's 9 out of 10 times there's no structure. No. Anything can happen at any point in time, and we're gone. That's moon. Let me tell you about the moon.
We're squirrels.
When she's pregnant, and then all of a sudden, boom! Yeah, we're all squirrels.
We're squirrels because the moment somebody says something, you know what I mean? Hey, yesterday color blue. What? And you're, you know what I mean? You're gone.
And that's the thing. And to be honest, I really, we should have thought about it beforehand, and instead of naming this, A Touch of Gray Matter, we should have just called it Off the Rails, because I think if we've had 20 episodes up already, I think 15 of them have just fucked right off the rails,
There's one thing I want to ask Mark about, and it's a callback to a show that we did where Barry mentioned the Miss World competition with the Indian woman who won Miss World, and then. Okay, Mark, There was this competition, and it's called Miss World or whatever, and it's held in India, I think, or
yeah.
The Miss World is held all over the world. It's held in different spots.
Right, but this one took place in Sri Lanka.
It's like the World Cup; it moves around.
But this was in Sri Lanka, and one of the prerequisites is you have to be a married woman to win. Okay, the woman who won,
I think I know where you're going.
Separated from her husband, so she wins.
You can't be divorced.
No, but she was separated. She wasn't divorced. She was separated, right?
Either or she had the
Exactly.
I read about this. I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
But there was the funniest thing, because as soon as they said, "Oh, and the winner is da-da-da," she's like, "Thank you." She's doing the hand wave. All of a sudden, this one woman stands up and goes, "No! The rules say you have to be a married woman and be living with your husband. This woman is not with her husband. She's raising a child by herself." She went and ripped the crown off the girl's head.
Yes.
Yeah, this other girl get up with her. She's pumping the fist like, "Amanda,
this is why
you've done it." Oh my God.
When I read this story, I said to myself, I love this story, right? Because back in our day, right, that will occur, and then there will be a lot of shoo-shooing after the show, right? There'll be a lot of talk. You'll hear stuff come out, right?
Right.
Because of social media, and everyone now has the ability to have a voice, and trolling has become, popular, right? And entitlement has, come to a front level. You get things like this where somebody just won, and then somebody has the ability right there on the spot, because of all of these different factors, this nuanced world that we live in, to be able to say, "No, I think it's wrong," and grab, right? Here's where old school would jump in and say, "Great, you want to do that? There's a thing called consequences to your actions. She should have got one boxing that she face."
Right?
Violence.
One
grab my crumb. Bam! Why you putting my business on the street? Bam! That's what should have happened, right?
Yes.
But she was a very demure and professional individual, and she didn't do that. And I'm from the gutter.
We gully that way.
Man.
No, man. So hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna put on one. I saw this the other day that it made me laugh. Right. So they had the bank JP Morgan.
Yes.
Right. So JP Morgan. Now this story was really hush hush. It's there. You can find it. They had a boat, and the boat got pulled over and searched, and they found, I think they said 20 tons of cocaine on the boat in the Suez Canal. That
was a weekend excursion that they were on. Usually they'd have a lot more, but just because it was a weekend excursion.
But hold on. But Mark, this happened in 2019. Yeah, so it was a JP Morgan boat. It had a whole lot of stuff on there in the Suez Canal. Happened in 2019 that they caught this boat with 20 tons of cocaine. Now, they only stopped one boat with 20 tons of cocaine. How many did they miss?
Wow.
Well, the whole mortgage bubble thing was difficult for everyone. The banks have to diversify their business and get into other avenues to.
Yeah,
this is why they always tell you to diversify your portfolio.
Who's diversifying the portfolio? Was it Al Pacino from Scarface? Hey, do you know what you're gonna do? Okay, my wife.
I'm going to admit here right now that this is why I want to do a show with Marc Trinidad. I don't know shit specifically on investing, because it's something I never did. I never learned about money, never really wanted money. I don't care about money. I'm sorry that I admit this, especially at this late stage of my life, but money is not a motivating factor for me, right? I recently found out about investing.
Yes.
And I don't have a diversified portfolio. I have invested 100% of my stock is in mushrooms, because I think, no, seriously, I think the next explosion is not going to be Dogecoin and the cryptocurrency market, right? I think the next thing is going to be psilocybin. So all these companies that invest and are doing research on psilocybin and helping people with PTSD and depression and all that kind of stuff, I invest there. I put all my money into mushrooms. I think that's the next.
No, he's got a point. he's got a point that the psychedelics are they're really coming into fruition. A lot of people are
there's
investing in the psychedelics. And
there's an ETF. That's the right EFT. Fuck. They have a bunch of stocks together called, I think it's an ETF, right?
Right.
But it's the thing is called PSHY. Or the how you spell psychedelics? It's that 4 letters.
Yeah.
I invest my money there, and it's gone in the last week. It's gone up 20% in the last week alone.
See, which is funny because
my money there.
I have a guy at work who bought like $50 worth of Bitcoin, and is
how long ago?
2 weeks ago, and he's already down $10.
Yeah. You should have put it into Dogecoin.
I'm like, you know what? You should have given me the $10, and it would have saved us both a lot of fucking headache because now I don't have to listen to you.
The biggest problem about the Bitcoin and all that stuff is like I'm just learning about it now. But a lot of people they talk a lot of shit about Bitcoin, and they say, you know what? I'm going to invest $1,000 in Bitcoin. And I'm going to be a millionaire by tomorrow. No, you won't, because Bitcoin now is like the stock market. It goes up and it comes down. You have to be able to ride that roller coaster. However,
that's what
Mark is talking about.
Yes.
What Mark is talking about is actually a good thing, because I was actually thinking about investing in going in with somebody and opening up one of those weed dispensaries, but also weed dispensaries that do the shrooms, they do the psychedelics.
Yes.
And you can buy them legally and use them legally. And the only reason that I'm really looking into this is because I know a couple of guys, close friends of mine, who have. Look at my face, man. Really talking. You gonna lie and say But it's a big market to get into, and if you have enough money to get into it, you can invest a decent amount of money and come up with a much more decent amount of money.
Well, I don't scare people in saying that you have to invest a decent amount of money, right? I follow the philosophy of Warren Buffett, right? Mm-hmm. Do ample research, right? Yes. But don't buy for now, buy for long term. So whatever you buy now, check it in 20 years, right?
Got it. So
don't look at it, because you'll have guys who do the daily trading. No, buy now, forget it for 20 years, then come back to it.
My plan is very simple. Wherever Tom's will open up his store, I'm going to open up a store right beside it, a record store. And I'm going to sell like David Bowie records, the Beatles records, like the Submarine album, Jimi Hendrix.
I thought you were going to open up a store next to him and sell beef patties, because all of them people that
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
all you need
it's good to use his product and listen to it.
But wait.
You need to check out Ziggy Stardust.
Yes.
Listen to me. The best thing, Mark, you're smart, because listen, if I was like you, I'd go into business with Mark, and me and Dave, we're going to open up a patty store that sells donuts on the side. And Barry, you're going to sell coffee with the records. You want to know why? Because when you get high, you get the munchies, but when you crash, you need coffee. And you can listen to some good records on the way back to work, because you ain't sleeping.
Wait. Dave has something to say. Go ahead, Dave.
Who the fuck would open up a patty and donut shop?
Somebody who is next door to a weed shop.
You know how many cops would be there to protect you, Dave, if anybody tried to rob you? But of course, the people who try to rob you are high. I said, oh, what the fuck they're doing?
Police and Jamaicans. It is the perfect match.
Oh, yeah, those have gone together so well in the past.
No, because listen.
Talking patois.
I'd be the next mayor of Toronto, because number one, I opened up that store to keep cops around the people who are getting high, and they're getting the criminals who are trying to rip off the record store because they're mad at the coffee not being, done by a barista.
Fuck it, I'll put a little stage.
I've got all that shit going on.
You're on crack.
No, that's the store opening up down the alley. I'm not opening that up. No. The crack store is down the alley.
That is down the alley, and the name of it is the Powder Dome.
That's right.
See, all we need is a stage, a mic, and then we can do live comedy there. And we set.
Oh, no, you wouldn't need a stage or a mic. You can do live comedy on crack all over the city. Trust me, you'd have more than enough energy. Hey, want to hear a joke?
Thomas, every time you get closer to the screen, you're also getting closer to the microphone. All right. When you get closer to the mic, oh Jesus Christ!
Am I too close?
This is what happens when grandparents use technology. I'm on Zoom now.
Christian, how you turn this thing on, Christian?
Open. Camera open.
Let's be honest though. The first couple of episodes, okay, were brilliant because every so often Thomas would be sitting there and it would be like literally, yeah, so anyways, hold on for a second. I just want to see if my light works over here now. And then maybe, and he's moving the fucking light. It's like, dude, figure this shit out beforehand.
Ghetto Productions. Hey, this is Thomas Reese for the Ghetto Productions. Oh, shit. Wow. Now I'm just shiny.
Put Zoom. Hey, we can talk all the shit that we want about this being Hood Zoom. That is the first brick wall that I've ever seen that waves. Every time he leaned back, that brick wall does wave at me.
Oh, shit.
It's the mushrooms. It doesn't actually.
Like Pink Floyd.
But wait, guys, you gotta admit, I got enough pot lights now. Pot lights. Mm-hmm.
And that's the name of his weed company that he's opening. Pot Lights.
Pot lights.
Lights.
Exactly.
You have a whole bunch of Italians stumbling in for no apparent reason. Hey. It's not what I expected. Hey.
They're all wearing their tracksuits going, the fuck?
No.
I wanted
skinny jeans now.
Recessed.
It's skinny jeans now.
Where the fuck did that come from?
No, you're saying they're wearing tracksuits. It's all changed to skinny jeans now.
Oh, okay, I get
Jesus
it.
Christ, man.
I wouldn't know about skinny jeans.
I can't. I know. I tried one pair of skinny jeans and nearly killed myself. Okay, I got my ankle in. Okay, I had to get the jaws of life to get me the fuck out of the pants. Okay,
I'm too old to do that kind of nonsense,
fucking
man. I gave up on that kind of shit years ago. I don't stay with trends. I wait for my trend to come back into style. I don't get it.
It's called Freedom 55. It's called Freedom 55.
If I'm not wearing a geeky jersey, I'm a black t-shirt and jeans.
Right.
That's it. No. I spend all my money at Costco buying black t-shirts. Black t-shirts and jeans. Not at weddings. I dress up, but it's geeky jerseys, black t-shirts, and a black suit.
See, Mark, let me tell you something. I heard it from the best person.
Anyway.
I heard it from the best person, right? From Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, from the actor that played Uncle Phil. He said it best. So there was the episode where Hillary was throwing a Halloween party, and she's like, "Daddy, you're not dressed up." He goes, "Yes, I am." He's like, "Who are you dressed as?" "Comfortable man." Comfortable man paid for all this. Comfortable man can wear whatever he wants to wear. Unless you want Comfortable man to take away the checkbook and stop the party. "Oh, Daddy, you look great." He was just in a tracksuit.
Okay.
Ever since then, I'm like, Comfortable man. That's who I need to be.
Okay, so I got into a car accident as a kid, riding my bicycle, 12 years old, coming down a hill, turned up a blind corner, up a hill, right? Hit a taxi, rolled over the front, onto the hood, onto the back, cost my parents, I think $2,400 to repair the guy's car. Okay. But I think I got brain damage as a result of that. This is back when I was 12. Right. This is why I think my memory sucks ass. You, on the other hand, you probably got hit by a car, but you got super memory, right? You got the total opposite. How the fuck you remember the exact lines from a show that came out in the late 80s? How you do that shit, right? You knew the lines that Dr. Phil or whatever the fuck his name is had and his daughter. How you do that shit? I couldn't even remember the daughter. They had a daughter, right? They had two daughters. Yeah, see, I remember they had two daughters. How you remember all that shit?
It just sticks with me, man. Clean living.
Yeah, right. That's my problem. I never lived clean.
But clean living, but dirty mind.
No. You don't have no dirty mind. No. If you think you have a dirty mind, you need to hang out with me. I'll train you, son.
Deal.
Yeah, I'll train you. I could tell you shit, guy. Yeah.
Deal.
Dave,
You're a Jedi? You're a Jedi?
Listen, I am the Obi-Wan Kenobi of dirt. You understand? Dave knows about the kind of shit that I've seen in my lifetime. Dave, you remember when they used to have a fetish night I think it was Monday night? You know about this one, Barry?
Yeah, of course. No, not the story, but I know.
Have you gone to it?
Not here in Toronto.
Okay. No,
Montreal.
I've gone to the fetish night, right? Mm-hmm. And I learned about things that I never knew about. I never knew that if you wore a yellow towel, you were actually telling somebody to show up next to you so that you could piss in their mouth. I never knew that. If you walk around with a yellow towel, I thought yellow towels were just, I'm sweating. No. It's a message. It's a sign.
It's all gang related.
Dude, these piss drinkers, they show up from anywhere, guy. And they're thirsty. How you so thirsty all the time, right? You know what I mean?
It's called diabetes. What the fuck?
State of mind.
Dude, it's called diabetes, man.
That's acidic. There's no sugar in piss, right?
Jesus
That's
Christ.
acidic. Where do these people come from?
Fucking
water no more. They want us to know flavor.
I have never seen so many Russian. Anyway.
But we digress enough about Trump. Sorry, what?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is all for the comedy.
I'm just going to say this right now. I would love to see an hour-long show like this with Mark and Kenny just going at it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
See if you put Kenny. If you put okay, let me tell you a story about me and Kenny. Kenny and I were doing a show at the Yuck Yucks in Ajax, and because I've known Kenny for so long, at the time I probably knew Kenny about 10 years at the time, right? Now it's more like 26 or something like that. Anyway, so Kenny was practicing his political material because Just for Laughs was coming up. And I had to middle. So I think John Paul was the opener. He was the MC. I was the middle, and then Kenny was the headliner, right? Kenny wanted to do his political stuff. I went on stage and I told Kenny, there's no way you're doing political after me. And I did every dirty joke that I had, and I sank them. I was hitting them I was doing layups. I was doing finger rolls. I was hitting dunks. I was three-pointing. I was hitting dirty from everywhere. I was like, there's no way you're doing political after me. And then Kenny had to go into his retirement story. Have you ever heard Kenny's retirement plan? Okay. Kenny wanted to open up a booth in a mall, but a seedy strip mall, not the nice malls, right? He wanted to be a seedy strip mall, and he wanted to have this coffin, right? Where he'd cut a hole in it, he'd lie in it, and then women would sit on that, and they would pay to have him service them, right? And then, and he's like, once a month, a guy would have to come and remove the string that gets caught in his mouth, right? And then everybody the audience would groan. And then he's like, what are you groaning for? I'm the victim, right? He's like, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you about my Toonie Tuesdays for seniors.
Oh, no. Oh.
I was like, there is no way.
Wow.
There's no way, Kenny, you're not going to do no political material after me. Toonie Tuesdays. Oh, my God.
Oh, that's just wrong.
So the moral of the story is, if you think you have a dirty mind, you fucking don't.
No. It's just like we were saying earlier, where no matter how much hard times that you're going through, there's somebody that has it worse. No matter how dirty you think your mind is, there's Kenny.
Wait. Did Kenny ever tell you the joke? Did you ever hear the joke about Kenny with the straw at the end of the night or the next morning? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm not saying it.
I'm wondering if you want to bring it up on your show.
Nope.
No, because we don't want to get kicked off of YouTube.
Dave.
This one's already demonetized.
Dave, start the show. Start the show. We're leaving.
Dave, start the show.
All of a sudden, YouTube has like Facebook style fucking community standards.
Oh, this one got wild, yo. This one got wild. Yo, I gotta go finish. You know what we're watching on Netflix now? Altered Carbon. You saw Altered?
Carbon? It's a damn good show.
Yeah, it's nice. We're finishing the second season now. Me and the wife.
Nice.
Yeah. We sit down and we watch Altered Carbon, son.
No, you gotta watch Gangs of London. It's a show. It comes on after
I didn't see that one.
It comes on after The Walking Dead on Sundays. Gangs of London. I thought it was only 4 episodes, but it's gonna be like 6 episodes.
Oh, you talking about cable? Yeah, we don't do cable.
No, the box. It's
we do Netflix.
Right.
We do Prime Video.
Right.
And we do allegedly illegal downloads.
Gangs of London.
Gangs of London? All right.
Gangs of London.
I'm putting that on the list.
honestly, put it.
Somebody told me about Peaky Blinders and Gangs of
London. Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders, man.
I haven't seen. I heard good things about it, but I haven't.
Yeah, I heard
there's a new show. There's a new show on. It's I don't remember the name. It's about 2 women who have it's like in the steampunk era, like in the 1800s.
Oh,
it's pretty good,
Joss Whedon does it. It's
oh gosh.
Oh, it just not the umbrella. I'll Google it.
Yeah, but
I want us to make sure that we mark this time on this recording because we've stumped Barry.
Yeah,
it's his new show. It's a
What's it on Netflix or Amazon?
Something Chronicles or
something like that. It's like the X-Men, but the women have the powers. Men don't have the powers.
Oh yeah, I just downloaded
The Nevers.
Yeah, I just downloaded. I mean, I just heard about that.
Amazing.
Let's be clear. I said
the
Nevers.
No, but you know what? Another show that I got into. This show really amazes me, and they did it really well. It's Alfred Pennyworth's life before he became Bruce
Pennyworth.
Butler.
Yes.
That show kicks ass.
It's had some dark
times. It's getting dark. It's getting dark, but that show is amazing. Yes, Dave. Uh-oh.
I'm just confused how you know that Nevers is amazing when you literally were on video going, "What's the new Josh Whedon show?"
I didn't know who Josh Whedon is, but okay.
He's the guy that fucked up Justice League the first time around.
Yeah, he's the guy who screwed up.
That's the asshole.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That Zack Snyder cut is the shit, yo.
Amazing.
Shit.
Beyond
Why didn't they come out with that one in the beginning?
Okay, let's get into the politics really quick. Number one. No.
Uh-oh.
Don't care. Number one.
Did I just open Pandora's box?
Yes, you did.
No,
Zack Snyder.
Zack
Snyder. No one can open up Thomas. Stop it.
If I fucking want to, you're not going to argue.
Oh, I'll argue, goddammit. I'll take a shit for
you'll argue, you'll still fucking lose.
Thomas, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Of the Marvel series, not the Marvel movies.
Yes.
Right? So on Netflix and all these other channels that it's on.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite Marvel series?
I would have to say the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, yeah.
Barry, your favorite Marvel series?
Daredevil, followed by The Punisher.
Or you talk about what's on now, or you're talking about the entire series that have been on.
Television, not movies. Yeah, series.
Not the movies.
Daredevil by far, followed by the Punisher. Those two really stood out for me series to watch. Yeah. The Falcon and Winter Soldier has a lot of it, but you have to know the history of the book to understand how many people are in that series. Mm-hmm. Because if you're just for people watching the movie,
because of all of the what would they call them? The little eggs.
Yes, the Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
I don't know why they call it Easter eggs, but I get what you're saying.
Right. So if you know the book, then you're going to understand all the characters are bringing in. But if you only watch it from the movies, you're only going to recognize the 2 main characters and this guy's a new Captain America and not understand the context they have in the future. But yeah.
Dave, which is your favorite series?
Definitely Daredevil and Punisher, and as I just finished watching Captain America and the Winter Soldier, I loved that. The fact that Sam came out in the exact outfit from the comic books.
Yeah. Well,
was just.
I'm actually gonna reverse your order. I like Punisher as number one.
Right.
Punisher for me is number one. That not necessarily the second season, but the first season for sure.
Yes.
Oh my God. Storyline, acting. I mean, dark. I prefer my comic books a little dark and stuff like that.
Same
so
here.
The Batman series, right? Not when it was camp back in the days with Schwarzenegger and all, Michael Keaton and these. No. When it got dark with Bane and stuff like that, that's how I like to see my super be a little more serious. Not like Thor and what was the last one Thor did?
Ragnarok, He's more upset about the hammer being broken than his dad dying. I know.
Who can't, right?
Yeah.
So Punisher was like the shit for me. I enjoyed everything else. Daredevil was good. Iron Fist was a
garbage.
Disappointment.
Garbage.
Luke Cage? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Luke Cage?
Come on, guy. It was good.
That was well done how they showed it. But you see, you know why I like
the music, the history,
Yeah.
The second one with the bad accents of the Jamaican guy. I was like,
the Jamaicans. Yeah. I call them the Jamaicans.
Yeah, but you took me out with that one, man.
But it's still better than what was it? The Steven Seagal movie there, Mark for Death.
You're a dead man walking.
And I be everywhere. And I see everything. Yeah, I can't tell your twins.
Sorry,
really?
Dave, start the show.
Actually, I'm going to be ending the show soon because we are at the 2-hour mark.
Holy crap.
So, that's going to be our call back every time we see Dave. Dave, start the show.
And I have to start the shows because I'm the only one that can actually MC out of our regular group. Nobody else
you
likes
white.
MC. Yeah.
Because you white.
And I'm big and I'm apparently scary looking at times.
No, that had nothing to do with that. It's all about white.
Well, that's why I have
you being able to I'm aware of people's time and things need to get done and things need to be organized. Black people, we don't think like that. I say we because I am not considered. I know people look at me and they think that I'm like you, but I'm not like you. I'm like them. So just wanted to let you all know.
Trust me, I know. I understand. I mean, like I'm used to. We have to tell Thomas the show starts at 7 just so he's here.
By
roughly around 7:45, 8:15.
Go to hell, my kids. We're screwing the internet, okay? We're screwing the internet. I hate him. So anyways, Joss Whedon messed up the Snyder Cut, right?
Dude. That Snyder Cut was so good, dude.
It was.
Made me weak. It was so good.
No, the part that really got me.
That Wonder Woman 84 was a travesty.
It was garbage.
Horrible.
Garbage.
What the hell was that?
It was trying to fit too many characters.
If I wanted to see
movie.
something like that, I'd watch Flashdance because there's a better storyline. You know what I mean? Horrible.
No.
There's been a better storyline in most porn.
Well, I like the music in porn.
Okay, so I'm trying to say. No, the thing that got me with the Snyder Cut was when they gave Flash. They gave him a point where he had to prove himself. And
you mean the race at the end?
Where he really pulls it out.
No, that's the original one. He's talking in the Snyder Cut. He gave more of a character development. The Snyder Cut. They
gave him character development because they made Flash savior of the day because he had to pull it all together and turn back time so that they could go back to the point where Steppenwolf nearly killed.
Yes. Right? And all of that was on the cutting room floor, as well as what's the kid, the cyber kid? What's his name again? Cyborg. Yeah. They killed his entire storyline. And it's
they killed all the stories.
Why would you do that?
You know what I mean?
Except for the white people. They didn't kill any white people's storyline, right? They killed the black people's storyline.
No, Joss
Racists.
Joss Whedon totally screwed everything out, but the Snyder Cut, people were like looking for it and they wanted it out. But the studio wanted to kill it because the studio head was pissed off that it wasn't exactly what she agreed upon. Right? Because Zack Snyder,
Bitch, you got something better.
No, Zack Snyder put together 4 movies and he said, listen, we're going to do 4 movies in one, then we're going to cut it up and we're going to put it out there. As
like Lord of the Rings, where you'd bring it out one per year. Yeah.
But the studio said, no, we got to do a catch up and we want something like the Avengers. So Snyder's daughter passes away, unfortunately. Anyways, and they said, hey, you know what? Let's get Joss Whedon. Yeah, go get the guy who made the competition movie to direct your movie. Well, what's he going to do? He totally screwed it up. He ripped it apart. Man. He ripped it apart and messed it up from start to finish.
And the original one, in my estimation, was maybe a B. If I'm being generous, it got a B grade. But the Snyder Cut was definitely a minimum A minus.
You know what I mean?
It was good.
It's so bad now that the head of the studio, Warner Brothers, everybody's calling and going, you want a job? Yeah, you want a job? Dude, let's start to do the other movies.
DC has so many comic books with so much potential. They have so many storylines with so much potential.
Yep.
They can't get their head out of their ass and do them properly.
No, right? Well, listen.
Only thing.
Nolan. It's Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, they look at the Trinity. And it's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. That's all they care about.
Animaniacs.
Well,
come on, man. You cannot diss Animaniacs.
What? Come on, Pinky in the Brain.
Animaniacs.
Pinky in
the Brain too.
Going as far as the movies go. If they ever do a live action Animaniacs, trust me, I am right there.
Dude, sign me up.
Speaking of live action, you heard what they're doing live action of now? As a movie coming out?
Fraggle Rock?
No, I wish.
The Muppets?
No. The Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Oh, I did hear about this.
Oh, I gotta see that.
It's already being filmed. So the girl that plays Chloe from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is playing one of the girls of the Powerpuff. So they're all grown up now.
Why?
I could see that.
Why?
Yeah.
So she's a good cast for that.
Yeah.
She's a good cast, but why?
Yeah, and then you have I can't remember his name right now.
Stop hating, all right?
The guy from Scrubs, not the main guy from Scrubs, the black guy from Scrubs, that TV show Scrubs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing the doctor. He's playing the professor.
Oh, nice.
I'd invest or download in that.
That's the whole storyline is the girls are all grown up and they're all upset because they never had a childhood because they're fighting villains all the time. So now that they're all, young adults, they don't want to be heroes anymore.
Sounds like the Jackson 5.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, fighting villains all the time. Hey, Joe. No,
villains, Dad. What's the difference?
One controls the allowance, the other one doesn't.
Jiminy Cricket.
Either way, they're getting beat. So
beat it.
No one wants to be defeated. Oh yeah, that's where he got the lines from.
You see, Mark, I talk about all this on my episode dropping tomorrow on the Iconist podcast about the Justice League Snyder Cut.
Barry, what's all this about? Why
make sure I subscribe to that. I want to see that.
Yes.
Oh, here's a question. To the viewers, I'm going to get a little technical and a little deep here, right? Are you putting this up as an audio podcast as well? Are you doing that? Are you putting this onto iTunes and stuff?
We have not as of yet.
Okay, good. When you learn how to do it, teach me.
Will do.
Because that's my next step. I want my fans, both of them, to see to see how I transition. So in the beginning, I didn't have no back LED light. You know what I mean? My lighting has changed. I get good headphones, right? I want everybody to grow with me and see the progression. So even though I'm doing my stuff only on YouTube right now, just like you guys, and I have in overlays and all that shit, the next step is getting it into audio format so that people could, who are driving to work or whatever it is and training could be listening.
Send me a message.
Yeah, I want to learn how to do that next.
Yeah. Send me a message. I know how to do that.
Cool.
And then my kid is going to teach me about Patreon because she does artwork and she does commission artwork, and she has Patreon people that, you know, send her a little bit of money and it helps her buy art and whatever the hell thing.
I know about that. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, you gotta learn how to do that too. Yeah.
I was gonna do an OnlyFans, but then I realized what it was, and I was like, no.
Me too. I was okay. When I heard OnlyFans, I didn't know about the feet and the right. I didn't know about that stuff. I thought OnlyFans was like a YouTube thing where you did stuff for only your fans.
But Mark, you knew about
that's
the yellow
what I
towel.
thought it was.
But you knew about the yellow towel.
I knew about the yellow towel. I didn't know OnlyFans is a new thing, guy. It wasn't wrong with yellow towel days. All right. Yellow towel is understandable. And now I guess
looking away. Jesus
dude,
and the more you know.
I keep threatening my wife. I'm like, we're gonna get you a pedicure and I'm gonna take some pictures, right? Because we could make some money with this. I'll have a good camera.
Let me tell you something.
I can put my phone in portrait. Yeah.
Whatever you think of, Mark, there's someone out there that's gonna put a fetish to it. No matter what
There's fetishes for everything, yo.
Everything, man. You could shave your cat and put the hair on top of your head, and that would be a fetish.
I have 2 cats and a snake.
Right? You can wrap the snake around your neck. Take a picture. That's a fetish. You see? There's a lot of opportunities that you're missing here, man.
And then invest the money in mushroom stock.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Full circle. And keep a little bit to do podcast.
All right. I'm going to start the show now. All right, Mark, tell everybody where to find you, please.
You can find me on YouTube if you just put in MARC Trinidad. Marc Trinidad, you'll find me. Instagram and all that shit. I am Marc Trinidad. That's IAM Marc Trinidad. You'll find me. It ain't odd. Fuck off. You know how to Google. Stop it. Act like you don't know how to do this shit.
If you found us here, you're pretty fucking good at this. So, Barry, what's your show coming up?
Show's coming out actually tomorrow. So by the time this is up, it'll be out. It'll be called the Iconis Podcast. So that's ICONIS podcast, all about comic books, geek related, all that stuff. So we do a deep dive. So you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and every other social media. We're there. Facebook. Join
TikTok. You do little dance things on TikTok.
It's coming. Mm-hmm. The easiest way to find me, Barry3D, like the name back here, .com, and find my links all there.
Thomas?
I am getting everything set up. Pretty soon I'm going to have all my hobbies. Coming out. I'm setting up a site called Tommy's Toys, all my RC stuff, all the stuff I like to collect. My Batman collection, that sort of thing. I'm also working on a show where I'm going to be getting horror stories from comics.
Oh, yeah. Call me for that one.
Their worst shows, their best shows, their craziest trips, and the things that go on in between.
Yeah, call me for that one. I might have 1 or 2 things to talk about.
It'll all be at TommyT.com.
Excellent. For Barry 3D Carter, Thomas Patrice, and our very special guest, Mr. Marc Trinidad, I'm your host, Dave Sokolowski. Remember, there's a lot of good people out in the world, and if you can't find one, be one.
Woo! Shivas!